What's happening, everybody? I am doing another pour. Although this one's a lot different than all the other ones I've done, at least on any of the lives I've done. You may notice I got the old piece of junk pulled out. I don't know exactly how much copper I'm going to need for this. I really don't have much of a clue how much I'm going to need for this. Let's see here. It's live. Why isn't this working? There we go. Turn the volume down here. I pulled out another phone so I could see my chat. If anybody actually comes into this. So I'm just going through my bits of copper cornflake here, seeing what I can fit in the crucible and what does not fit in the crucible. What's happening? Stacks, you gonna come up and shoot the show with me? I posted a link in our side chat there. Come up and keep me company. It's quiet down here. I don't know if anybody, that's, how the hell do I know if anybody's trying to come up or not? Don't be shy. StreamYard links won't work through Messenger on this phone. So how do you go up on panel with people? Do I need to post it here? Let me see here. Oh boy. Let me see if I can do something about that here. Guests, invite guests. Copied. All right. Now how the hell? Oh, great. I don't know how to get to my chat here on StreamYard. How to type anything in. Well, crap. More. Post comment. All right. I think we're getting somewhere. Maybe. Yay, I did it. I don't know how much copper I should be melting down. I don't want to melt too much, and I certainly don't want to be shy. Ah, shit. Well, I was guessing if it was going to be silver, it would probably be around 10 ounces. I don't like this. So who else we got in here? Don't be shy. Say hello. Will that fit? That will fit. Now, again, I still don't know. Oh, wait a minute. Says guests. Did I get it?
Yeah, I think you got it.
All right. What's up, Bravado Mike?
Oh, not a whole lot. She's going to pour that death cap, huh?
I'm going to pour my death cap and hope nothing goes wrong. I'm using a really sketchy looking crucible. Now, the first time I ever used this crucible, it oxidized and it looks like it went rusty. And it was supposed to be a graphite crucible, but I've never seen a crucible look like shiny and rusty all at the same time.
Huh.
So,
Absolutely.
yeah, yeah. So I'm using the Shady Crucible. I've only used it once before. So hopefully it won't, nothing bad is going to happen.
Hey, you got John Camper and Bravado Mike in the chat.
What's up, John Camper? I hope
Evening,
you two are
boys.
well this evening. So yeah, I'm pouring a death cap mushroom that I picked out of a cemetery. Got 11 and a half ounces in here, and I think that's more than enough. Just afraid of having too much left over and not having any place to put it. But I suppose I can go get a coffee can and fill it with water. I don't know. You would think after a couple of years of playing with lava, I wouldn't be nervous anymore, but I am. What are we gonna do?
Make you some copper shot.
I tried, and it came out looking like cornflakes.
Oh, heck.
I didn't need that piece. So, yeah. And I can honestly say I've never put this much work so fast into one of these projects. Normally, it would take weeks for me to get one of these things done. But when the hell did I tell you I picked this one just a few days ago, right?
Yeah,
So,
2 or 3 days ago.
something like that. I'm not going to fit it all in there. Huh. I got the majority of it in there. Well, yeah, this is what I'm up to this evening. Figured if anything goes wrong, may as well have it happen on a live stream. That's always fun.
Somebody hang up and dial 911.
You got my address?
Uh,
Nothing's gonna go wrong. Nothing's gonna go wrong. I'll have water down here. Well, I have water. Fire extinguisher, safety glasses. What could possibly go wrong? No, let's not answer that. All right. I'm just gonna hope that's enough to fill a little mushroom. I'm sure that's way too much. Fuck me, man. Whatever. So I got the beaver pulled out. It's the first time I pulled this thing out in a long time.
all right.
Well, it turned on. Shit, what's the melting point of copper? I don't remember.
What was it,
I
about
think I had.
40 or 50 over silver, and I'm drawing a blank on silver.
Well, I melt silver at 1945, which is more than hot enough. But I think copper would probably be fine at 1945 degrees. And I have something written down here, 1984. Anybody out there here can tell me 100 degrees over the melting point of copper? That would be great. In Celsius. Shit, I'm on my beaver.
So you got a Canadian beaver.
It's 1984. Bravado Mike, what's that in Celsius, man? I haven't used this thing in a really long time. Anybody? Well,
I couldn't tell you. I'd have to
that's what I'm-
Google it, but I'd have to jump out of here and leave this to go do it.
1084. Awesome. Thank you, man. That's what I'm setting it to. 1084.
Mike's stepping up, saving the day.
And it's humming, so it's doing something. The lid don't want to close. There we go. Okay. Cool.
You didn't have to sacrifice any more oven mitts to the cause.
Say that again.
Didn't have to sacrifice any more oven mitts to the cause.
No. Well, what the hell, man? Were you watching me? I didn't upload the video yet. As a matter of fact, yeah, I melted one of my oven.
Yeah, no, you
One of my
told me about.
welding ones. No, a little while ago, I started making a video, how I prepared this, and ultimately I didn't have enough storage on my phone, so if I wanted to document it, I had no choice but to go live. I ran out of fucking storage. What's up, Raz? So, yeah, when I was recording that video earlier, I picked this up with some pliers and set it down right in my welding glove. Picked it up about 4 seconds later before it got a chance to get hot through, and sure enough, it melted my welding glove, one of them. So, yeah, I'm still blaming the oven mitt on my girlfriend. Although if she were standing here, I'm sure she would deny putting it there. I've been heating this up in a toaster oven. I would say I've got probably 6 hours in the toaster oven on about 300, between 300 and 350 degrees. And I was waiting for it to feel like it had gotten rid of all of its moisture. When I first made the plaster of Paris mix, it weighed about 1.5 pounds to 2 pounds. After a couple hours in the toaster oven at 300 degrees, it only weighed about 15 to 20 ounces. What's everybody up to this evening? May as well, right? Stax is secretly doing bong hits.
Yeah.
You don't tell anybody he smokes pot, but he smokes more pot than a chimney in the middle of winter.
The 80s and 90s, yeah. I did.
Not anymore. But no, I'm still smoking it. I don't know. I was too young to be smoking pot in the 80s. 90s? No, I think that's probably about when I started. No, it was 1990, as a matter of fact. I was born in 78, and I was 12 when I started smoking it. So, yeah. Sunday Peak, welcome. It's good to see you. I'm gonna pour a copper death cap. I picked a death cap from a cemetery I was parked across the street at. So I brought it home and I sunk it in plaster of Paris in a soup can. And I just finished baking the mushroom out of it a little while ago. I heated it up to probably close to a couple thousand degrees or 1,500 degrees. Incinerated the mushroom, and now I'm going to pour copper down into the cavity. 70s here. Yeah, it's probably about what it is here too. Nice. Cheers, Sunday Peak. I didn't twist one, but I got one pack. Holy shit. These old lungs ain't what they used to be. Emerald Coast, what's going on, man? It's good to see you.
Hey, I hadn't crossed paths with him in a while.
You never know who you're going to run into around here. All right, so I can get rid of my copper here.
Yeah, you're freezing up a little bit there, buddy.
Am I? Yeah, I'm down in my basement. I'm about as far away from my router as I could possibly get. I hope it clears up. There ain't a whole lot I can do about it. Is it still
No, you're fine right now.
freezing up? Is it good now?
Yeah.
Okay.
When
Raz, I'll get it all done before I pour. This is going to take an hour to heat up, as opposed to my tabletop furnace, which only takes, I don't know. I don't know if I've ever melted copper in my tabletop, but I know it wouldn't take any more than 20 minutes. Yeah. I got to go upstairs and grab a can of water just in case I have leftover. I need someplace to put it. Or I could just leave it in the crucible. I don't care. I'll be right back. I'll feed you.
hey, Mike, hey, I'm rattling, but I'm still rolling, brother. Having a lazy weekend. But yeah, definitely different crucibles for copper than silver.
The only thing that's making me nervous about pouring the leftover copper into the water is just because it's going to splatter and splash. And I don't know how keen I am on the idea of water splashing up and hitting that crucible. Something tells me things can explode. I don't know. So I got the mushroom back in the toaster oven. And before this is ready to pour, I'll turn that back on, bring it up to some sort of temperature. So I'm not pouring cold copper or hot copper into the room temperature mold. Mr. Jeff, what's going on, man? It's good to see you. Mr. Jeff, I'm playing with the Death Cap mushroom tonight. a few days back, I was parked across the street from a cemetery, and I saw big old death cap mushrooms sticking up out of the lawn. So I walked over to it and checked it out, and right next to it was another death cap, and the cap didn't open up. The veil wasn't broken, so on top there's this perfect little bulb. So I brought it home, put it in a soup can with plaster of Paris, and I just got done incinerating the mushroom out of the plaster of Paris a little while ago. So now I'm going to pour copper down into the hole. It's good to see you, man. Thanks for swinging in. But I also have something for Mr. Jack. He just doesn't know it yet. Yep.
Did you see that comment down there? Safety glasses, amigo. Yeah, we
They will
already got one
certainly be on before I do this pour.
Yeah,
Yes,
we
sir.
got one Cyclops around here. That's enough.
Mr. Jeff, I look forward to seeing it too, because I'll be honest with you, only about 50% of these things turn out looking decent. The one thing that I got going for me this time is the mold didn't crumble and incinerate. So I think I got pretty good odds. Although I've never pushed one of these projects this fast. Normally it takes me a couple of weeks. I'll bring the mushroom home, I'll sink it in the plaster of Paris, and then I'll let it just kind of dry out on its own for a couple of weeks before I start trying to cook the moisture out of it. This time I just stuck it in my toaster oven and let that motherfucker cook until it pretty much lost the majority of its weight. And I made an old foundry. The first foundry I started working with was homemade. I built a foundry so I could melt aluminum and start making aluminum art. And I ended up working my way up to silver, bought this piece of shit. And yeah, every once in a while I'll get a real decent casting. What's happening, Monkey King?
What's up, monkey?
But hang out for 1 second. I've casted several mushrooms, and I only have one. I give all of my cast mushrooms I give away to people that I've met throughout the mycology community. They're the only pieces that I won't sell. Yeah, unfortunately, I know a lot of people would really enjoy them, but they're really fucking difficult to do. And the success rate it's not good. Hold on a sec. I'll go grab a bolete that I did. So this was one of the mushrooms that I casted, and it came out looking perfect.
Nice.
Try to get underneath the cap. I don't know how well you're going to be able to see it. I think there's too much of a shadow. But yeah, this is one of the mushrooms I casted.
If you know how to maximize your screen, you can bump my icon plumb out of the way, and that would make you look a whole lot bigger. Yeah, I'm not sure how, but yeah, you can do it.
Hold on a second here. Solo layout.
Boom.
There we go. So that's my little mushy. And actually, I plan on bringing a bag of plaster of Paris with me to MycoFest. Now, how do I get back? Exit solo layout. Okay. So yeah, I'm gonna bring a bag of plaster of Paris with me, along with some other soup cans or cups or something that I can stick more mushrooms into and bring them home. So Mr. Jeff is the lead in the foray. He's this dude is amazing when it comes to his fungi knowledge. Very, very, very impressive. So yeah, I'm actually going to talk to you, Mr. Jeff, about while you're out on your foray, keeping your eyes peeled for some really nice looking specimens for me. This furnace is slow as shit. It's only up to 380 degrees. I've been spoiled with my tabletop. But yeah, this mushroom has been my beer bottle opener for the year and a half, 2 years. It works great. It's got a little lip right here underneath the cap. You just works good. Gear shift from the 60s. What am I missing?
I think the shape of that mushroom. 60s, 70s, everybody had, you could buy crazy interchangeable gear shift knobs for your stick shift.
All right.
Mushrooms, 8 balls, all kind of crap.
That would be pretty cool. I mean, that's a little small, but one that's bigger, absolutely. I've grown.
It was a pretty cool town to be around.
I may have grown a mushroom or two large enough that could have been a gear shifter. There are some big fucking caps on some of those things. Allegedly. Yeah. But anyway, Stacks, thanks for coming up here and keeping me company, man. If anybody else wants to come up, you're welcome. I don't know. Let me see here. Post a comment. Let me see if this will work again. Well, I certainly
hope hubby said he was going to try to get up here.
I don't know if that sent it out or not. But if anybody wants to come up and shoot the shit, you're more than welcome. Just please don't come up and show us your balls. Unless they're on your chest. No, I'm just kidding. You can't do that here either. So what are you up to this evening, Stacks?
Being a bum, basically.
That's my favorite activity.
Oh, here lately, I've been getting pretty good at it.
I'm pretty good at it. ADHD takes over sometimes. I haven't sat down since I went home today from work. Yeah, as soon as I got home, I ended up sticking the mushroom back into the toaster oven and decided, fuck it, I'm going to try to cook that thing out tonight. I don't have more than a few days left before it's going to go to its intended home. Yeah. Mr. Jeff, if this does work out, I'm going to give it to Will just for putting the whole event together. That's my plan anyway. I hope it works. It ain't glowing, but it is smoking. Who the hell knows? Raz, I don't like, copper has to get a hell of a lot hotter than silver. And it's really coming close to maxing the unit out. I've actually killed 2 of these beavers well, they died right after I was melting copper. So I don't want to risk that with my other furnace. If this dies, it's $200. Actually, it's already been paid for itself, I suppose, by now. But if this dies, it's not a really big loss compared to my other furnace. Yeah.
Have you seen anyone try pouring copper in one of those devil's forges?
Say that again?
Have you seen anyone try to pour copper using one of those devil's forge furnaces? You know,
Oh
what's
yeah,
run off
yep.
gas?
Yeah, I've got one, and I built a couple of them. Yeah, I got one with a double burner. That thing can, well, it melted a 10-pound bar of copper in like 20 minutes, I think.
Good grief.
Oh yeah, it was fast and really hot. I don't like using that thing. It scares me. Like, it doesn't stop me, but it certainly puts the fear in me. I had a crucible come apart while I was trying to pick it up one time inside the furnace while I was live streaming. And I sat there and I was just like scratching my head going, fuck. And I just repeated that over and over for, I don't know, probably 15 seconds before I remembered, oh, I'm live streaming. Stop standing there cursing and figure out what to do. Yeah, that was scary. Yeah, I don't like the gas foundry too much. Normally, that's what I use for my copper pours, like my dollar clock that I just did for the Wounded Warrior. I think that's the last 2 times I've used that furnace was my debut at Redneck Metals and for the last Wounded Warrior project. Yeah, I don't use that often. This thing is slow as shit. We're at 530 degrees.
It's slowly moving up there.
I was just wondering if the smoke coming off out of the crucible is flammable. It's not. So that's good.
Hey, you mentioned Red. Those guys still pouring, like as a group, or?
I haven't seen Red pour anything in a long time.
No, I haven't either.
Yeah, he's just scrapping now. Yeah. But yeah, I enjoyed seeing his pours. He did pretty good with them too.
A lot of folks in the community are pretty darn good.
Bravado Mike, you're right. If it was easy, everyone would be doing it. The reality of it is that it's a little scary. I mean, not so much. Me doing my silver pours, I'm pretty comfortable for the most part. There's always that little bit of edginess that I feel like I'm never totally comfortable. I'm always waiting for that crucible to bust out while I'm lifting it up. Never had it happen, but I'm waiting for it. Mushroom coffee and the fucking heart is in the way. I have mushroom tea. I don't have any mushroom coffee. Yeah, when it comes to my coffee, I just want coffee. But yeah, I got several kinds of mushroom tea. Hey, it's Emmy-free. It's good to see you. I hope you're doing well. It's been a while. So Raz, when are you going to come up with us and show your voice?
Show your voice.
You caught that, huh? We're up to 583. Only a little over halfway there. I really hope this works out. I also hope nothing bad happens. I've never poured into plaster here down in my basement. Ah, shit, what I have to do, I almost forgot. I'm glad I didn't turn my toaster oven on yet. Now, it's beveled up, the pour hole, and I think that would be difficult to pour down into. So I'm going to carve it out a little bit. Make it a funnel. As soon as I find something to do it in. Fuck it.
Yeah, Raz, it's not hard. Download StreamYards. Click a link. It's pretty simple. I'm the most untech savvy person around here. Promise you.
You don't have to download anything. I just go to StreamYard.com. Like I said before, Dax, I won't download many apps.
Yeah, I downloaded it on my phone. It only took less than a minute.
Yeah, well, my issue is the app's asking for permission to look at my contacts, read and send messages, and access my camera anytime it wants. And I'm not really okay with that.
I've never had, they didn't ask me all that stuff. No, I'm never cool with that.
Pretty much the same terms of services. Gosh, yeah. Fucking crack just spread. That's okay. Although I am a little worried about the silver pouring out. Oh boy. Or the copper. I have a solution. I have a solution, and I think it's a good one. That's something else I've had happen too. Pour down into the can only to find out it all just weeped out of the bottom because the can was pretty much incinerated by the time I was done cooking the mushroom out.
Yeah. You just use a regular tin can.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, old soup can. it's pretty well cooked. And that was actually inside of another stainless steel can, just a little bigger than this, so the flame wasn't hitting it directly. Which is, I think, the only reason this can isn't completely incinerated, because that happens a lot. About half the time, I'll incinerate the can, and then the plaster mold will just crumble and fall apart. So the fact that I've gotten this far without completely destroying this mold while pushing it, it's a miracle.
They just don't drop it.
Oh, tell me about it. What I'm gonna do, this is the cup that, the stainless steel cup that it was sitting in while I was incinerating the mushroom out of it. And I have a shitload of leftover burnt Petrobond. I'm gonna try to shove into the gaps in between the two walls of the can and the cup. I need some sort of scoop. I'll be right back. I gotta go grab a spoon or something.
Wow. I just click back over to chat. Hey, Simi, man, I hate to hear that.
That's not burnt Petrobond. Removed from big toe. I'm in the hospital. Shit, Simi, I'm really sorry to hear that. Fuck. I hope you're okay. Adam, welcome. I'm working on a project trying to cast a mushroom. A death cat mushroom. At the moment, I'm trying to make sure all my copper doesn't spill out of the can that this whole contraption is in. Stax, you're not normally this quiet.
Yeah, I'm just watching the show, man.
Ah, shit. Well, that's not where I wanted it to fall. There. Just trying to avoid dropping sand down into the cavity. That would be really bad. Come on. Boy, it's really trying to drop shit down into that cavity. I should probably put this down. Sorry, everybody, that I'm not real talkative. Anybody else wants to come up and shoot the shit with me, you're welcome. As long as we keep it happy. Like Bob Ross. Stoned and happy.
Happy little trees.
Yep. Or happy little mushrooms. There we go. I think I did it. Now, there are definitely some cracks inside the mold. So there's going to be some flashing I'm going to have to clean. But that's okay. I don't mind a little bit of cleanup. As long as there's something there to actually clean up. Just trying to fill the gap between the can and the cup that it's in. What would Bob say? Let's get crazy. Yep, that's what we're doing. Along with safe. Put that down for a moment. Got to remain safe. We're up to 735 degrees and climbing. So yeah, after I rebuilt this Beaver furnace, I think 2 or 3 times, it seems to be lasting, but again, I haven't really used it for much other than silver. So if it makes it through my copper melt, I'll be happy.
Hopefully it survives.
Well, yeah, if it don't, I won't be really heartbroken because it's not my tabletop. If it was my tabletop, I would be really bummed out. And I just watched the piece of shit fall down into the fucking cavity. There ain't nothing I can do about that. If I miss anybody's comment, I apologize. Sunday, trial and error. Really, nobody is here teaching me any of this. All right, hold on. There's this channel called Cody's Lab. And I remember he had a pet fish and he encased it after it died, of course. He encased it in plaster of Paris and did what I'm doing here. Yeah. So ultimately, I'm kind of teaching myself, although I see a big piece of shit down in there. So I have to undo what I just did. So yeah, it's trial and error and teaching myself ultimately. I watched a lot of YouTube, but I think it was Mrs. Silver Keys, that told me about this stuff that they use for stamping. so it doesn't really damage the small dainty pores, the thin pieces. When you go to stamp something, it beats the hell out of your piece. And if it's not being braced, I mean really hugged, it it does damage. So they told me about this stuff. It's like a hard plastic that you melt down and sink your pour into it, and you let it cool. And from there, you can stamp your piece without really heavily damaging it.
Yeah, what's the name of that stuff? I've got some. You can reheat it and use it over again.
Yeah, well, as many times as you could ever possibly need it.
Yeah,
Jet Basic, that's what it is.
yeah. I learned that trick from Dean Tomoko Enterprise. Dean,
Oh yeah, yep.
I haven't seen him in quite a while.
Dean's good people. He used to
Uh,
email me tips and tricks about working with the plaster, and um, I think he was doing a lot of stuff with plaster for his molds too. But he was making his plaster molds pretty much indestructible, like adding super glue, I think,
huh?
something like that. But
L.
yeah,
Dean, he's a hell of a nice guy and very good at what he does.
I was about to say he's also extremely talented.
Should be,
Yeah.
hubby. What's going on, brother?
What's happening, Mr. Hubby? Who's BVB? I'm not familiar
EVB.
with BVB. Unless I am and just don't realize it and I'm having a duh moment, which has been known to happen.
Oh, probably backyard bullion.
BVB is backyard bullion, or is
It's
that BYB?
BYB.
Oh, oh, okay. I don't have my glasses. I think I'm actually gonna get this without dropping any more shit down into the hole where it don't belong. I hope.
Everyone needs goals. Stride forth, young man.
Thanks, Dex. I, I appreciate your your confidence and enthusiasm.
I got faith in you.
We're up to 817, almost there. I don't think I'm gonna have time to throw this thing back into the toaster oven to warm it up, though. I really hope this comes out looking all right. Considering I've rushed the hell out of it, I don't have a whole lot of faith. A whole lot of hope, just not a whole lot of faith.
You get it packed in there, just set it up on top of that furnace for a little bit. Or you think it'd be too hot?
Yeah, I think that would, I don't know. I think that might be a little warm.
Oh, it's definitely a little warm. It's
Oh, yeah. It still ain't glowing yet, though. How the hell can it be up to 800? What temperature does shit start glowing? 800 and 29 degrees Celsius seems pretty hot. I don't know. It's hot, just not glowing yet. Almost got this thing topped off all the way around. Mr. Hubby, I picked a death cap. Um, and it was a beautiful looking mushroom. It was the perfect looking mushroom. So I brought it home and sunk it in plaster of Paris. And I just got done a little while ago, finished drying out the plaster of Paris enough to where I could stick it inside my gas homemade foundry. Cooked the hell out of it, incinerated the mushroom. Now I am going to attempt to fill that cavity with copper. Now, I am a little nervous because I've never done these inside my house. Yeah. So I'm hoping nothing goes wrong. The bottom of I'm looking down inside the cavity and I'm seeing quite a few cracks down in there. So now I'm taking a precaution because in the past I've had the molten copper flow out of the cracks in my mold. So now I've stuck my can with the plaster inside of another cup, stainless steel cup, and I'm filling the gap with burnt Petrobond. So this way, if it does leak out, it's only going to leak out and give me a little bit of flashing instead of just leaking out everywhere. Now, the other thing I'm a little nervous about is not having a place to stick my leftover copper. I got this bucket of water next to me. It's actually a coffee can filled with water that I could pour it into, but I don't like the idea of it splashing up and hitting my crucible. All right, this is pretty good. I got it topped off. So I'm gonna stick it in the toaster oven for a little while. Try to get some heat on it while I can. Why it's smoky in here? Part of me is also thinking, hold on. Part of me is thinking I should pour some of my burnt Petrobond onto my pan here, because it's going to get real hot. And I got a piece of stainless on my table, but it's sitting directly on the table, so that's going to get hot. Yeah, I kind of like the idea.
If it's already burnt, it darn sure cannot hurt.
Can I make a half round mold? Actually, if I put a layer of the burnt Petrobond on my pan here, I might be able to just get away with pouring it on that. Maybe. Yeah, to anybody who's watching, I don't know what I'm doing. This is all trial and hopefully not a whole lot of error.
He's
I'm just a
freestyle.
fucking dummy down in my basement. Don't do what I do.
Freestyling with
one.
molten copper.
Yeah. Now, my mom used to tell me, when I was younger, I didn't get in a lot of trouble, but when I did, it was never minor.
I can
And that
relate.
pretty much that pretty much goes the same for hurting myself too. This shit's never minor. It's always a trip to the hospital. Well, it should be anyway. I don't go to the hospital for much, but yeah, I found out once I broke my pelvis, but I didn't go to the hospital for it. I turned my entire lower half on my right side just purple from the very top of my hip down to the very bottom of my calf muscle. It was all purple and green and yellow and yeah. Never went to the hospital. I was told I probably should have because of the blood clotting and all that other shit from the bruising, but I didn't. What's up, Liberty Bleed Silver? It's good to see you.
Liberty bleeds. What's going on, man?
Yeah, I usually go big or go home, or go big and go to the hospital. That
Well,
should be all right.
either way, you end up with a good story.
Right. Good stories are always good to have.
Yeah,
I
that's
think
right.
I'll be all right. I don't think I'll need the water if there is any left over. Hopefully not.
Kevin, what is going on, brother?
Oh, that's happening, Ethan. Good to see you, man. Liberty, I appreciate that, man. I really do. Thank you for swinging in. Yeah, swing back later, even if it's not while I'm still live. Hopefully, I should have some sort of results here for you guys to see. You'll know whether this thing turns out good or not. Hopefully. Keegan, why are you wasting your time on Instagram with politics? Heard him in philosophy. Nice. That'll explain it. Keegan, what do you do with leftover material? Ah, shit, you don't use the electric furnaces, do you? Sand? Yeah, I spread it out here on the tray, and I'm thinking I could just dump it on the sand on the tray, like create some divot here or something to pour it into. and hope it
Yeah,
doesn't burn.
you gotta enlarge your screen that way they can see better what you're doing. Because with this
I
split
couldn't
screen,
imagine pouring 6 or 7 ounces with one of those, the with a dish. That's a lot of material floating around in a bowl. It would make me nervous anyway.
that's too much for a whipping dish.
Oh, we're starting to glow down there. Cool. Shit stir. Yeah, Simi, I've been known as a shit stir once or twice myself. It sure is fun though, ain't it? Just make a bowl and pour it in it. Oh, I could probably do that. I think that's probably a better idea. I mean, I do have it all out there already, but not a really big deal. Yeah, I got a fucking container over here that I could just pour it into. I do have a graphite mold over here. Boy, you're just filled with great ideas. I smoked a lot of pot today, and it's been a real long time since I've used this furnace or melting copper. Normally, I could just dump my extra material in the screw at the top, but there is no screw here at the top. Pouring into a fucking soup can. Most people don't pour into soup cans. Spray them with WD-40 first. Yeah, I don't think so. What's happening, Stuart? It's good to see you, man. I'm trying not to hurt myself this evening. With any luck, I'll be successful. I don't really know. We'll figure it out when we're done. Suppose we'll all find out together. Oh, wouldn't that suck? Really fuck myself up just a few nights before the event I've been looking forward to all year long. That would be my luck. I would still go. Just with Burns. No shit. I poured aluminum into the steel cupcake tins, but I've also had aluminum fused to the cupcake tins. And I would imagine the WD-40 would help that not happen. We're up to 938. Lube. Always use lube. Okay. Does spitting on it count? Sorry. Somebody said that in my comments the other day. forget what the hell it was about, but they're in the comment. They said, just spit on it for God's sake. And it shocked me to hear it because I'm pretty sure it came from a little old lady. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I think it did. So I asked her, how many times have you had to say that throughout your life? And she said many. I love this community.
No shortage of characters.
Absolutely not. And I think they're all great. 99.9% of them. And the ones that aren't, well, hell, most of the people in here are modded. So they can just delete them. All right. I'm going to leave some of the sand on here in case the can gets hot.
The Octua. Holy shit.
Graphite mold. That was a good idea. Thank you. Cindy, have a good night. You're leaving us? Thank you for stopping in, and I hope you feel better. I hope you heal up quick. I'm really sorry to hear that you're not in the greatest of places right now. Nice, Keegan. Sunday Pete, Granny knew what's up. Absolutely. They usually do. There we go. I don't know which way to put that thing. I do have a blowtorch. Now, what's the purpose of preheating the graphite mold? Just to wick the moisture off of it? Like, it doesn't matter if it's real hot, right? Just as long as there's no moisture to make anything go pop.
I heat mine up when I pour out of a whipping dish because it's usually I heat mine up. It makes the silver flow more quickly and more evenly.
Yeah, well, I'm just thinking of the graphite mold here that I'm pouring the extra into.
Yeah.
I got the mushroom mold in my toast. I'm hoping everything's going to flow smoothly.
Well, if you're just going to use that graphite mold to catch what's left, it wouldn't hurt to set that thing up on top of your furnace when you get about time to, temperature where you're at. Just get a little.
Yeah.
You don't need a whole lot of heat in it. Just keep it from splashing.
Am I frozen? My phone screen is frozen here. Oh, there it goes. Okay. As soon as I touched the phone, it unfroze. But yeah, I'm looking at it over here and I didn't see anything happening. What's happening, everybody?
What's that?
I gave you guys a break long enough. Sorry, you got to look at my mug, but my mom told me I was a handsome looking man. So it can't be that bad. She's the only one that's ever told me that, but I trust her. That shit. So I don't know who the 3 people are that are still hanging with me, but I posted the link up there. You're welcome to join. anybody who wants to come up and shoot the shit. Let me see here. I think I post a comment. Yeah, I'm remembering how to do this. I'm proud of myself. Maybe. There we go.
You getting all fancy and tech savvy on us.
That's me, Mr. Tech Savvy. Yep. 976 degrees. It looks like it's a little warm in there. Still got a ways to go yet, though. I'm nervous. These fucking things always make me nervous. And I live stream it. Smart, right? If anything goes bad, everybody can see. You see Shroom Day fucking pump off?
No guts, no glory.
No shame either. Yeah.
Yeah, I did a video of my very first pour. Turned out not really good, but when the silver cooter thing started, they was on me about making a video because I don't put out a lot of content. So I told them, I said I will film the first one. I will post it. I said I don't care, good, bad, house fire. It will be uploaded.
Yep. That's
it
how
wasn't
I feel
really.
about it.
Yeah, it wasn't really good. It wasn't a house fire, but for the first time, it was okay.
Yeah. If it comes out even somewhat recognizable on your very first pour, I was happy when I did mine. It wasn't silver. I was playing with aluminum at first. I thought I was practicing doing silver, but I think EVG Hobbies is the one that told me. He said, stop practicing with aluminum. It's nothing like it. Silver is totally different. He said, if you want to practice doing silver, pouring silver, you practice pouring with silver. I'm like, okay, that makes sense, I suppose. And then I poured with silver, and he was right. Nothing like aluminum.
Well, with silver, I mean, if you blow it, you can always remelt it. And believe me, I have remelted a bunch.
Oh, me too. Absolutely. And no, I've even shown them off before, and people tell me, "Oh, that looks great. Why'd you remelt it?" Because I didn't think it looked great. I think you're blowing smoke up my ass. That's not doing me a favor. Well, thank you. But people tell me that I was being a little too hard on myself. I disagree. But usually I'm pretty happy with the stuff I come up with now. You know what I mean? Instead of before where everything just sucked. And I was embarrassed to put it out there.
Well, I think a lot of us tend to be our own worst critic.
Yep. People tell me, "Oh, it's art. There is no right or wrong." Well, yes, there is.
I don't think I would take it to that extreme.
Yeah. Well, the people I was showing was on the psychedelic website I'm a part of.
Oh, so they were baked. Yeah, that explains it.
Most of them were tripping. No. They just like to talk about knowledge and techniques. That's all. Nothing illegal. Yeah.
I figure, if we both practice for another 20 years, we might catch up to Kevin.
Maybe. I've seen Kevin's work, and yeah, I maybe.
Yeah, you might. I'm never going to catch him. It's not going to happen.
Kevin's got tools and knowledge that I don't possess. I could go out and buy the tools, but that doesn't mean I'm going to have the knowledge to be able to use them the way they're supposed to be used. So yeah, Keegan, you're on a level of your own, brother. Like, hopefully I'll get there someday.
Well, he's got that extra level. I mean, not just his silver stuff, but a lot of other things he makes. It's that he has the ability to imagine something and make it come true.
Uh-huh. Where I generally don't have that ability. Um, yeah. Normally I'm copying other people's shit. But I forgot I normally use computer fans. I got little tiny computer fans. I don't know if you can see those, but I normally use to push air through my machine. And I didn't remember until just now. And it's warm. I bought them for something else, but they're handy. I also found out they're waterproof and rubbing alcohol proof and peroxide proof. They're not advertised as waterproof, but they are. Yep, Kevin, I'm on my way. I'm trying. It's all I'm playing is what I'm doing, man. Really. 5.6 ounce chain.
And that's like 80s rap style.
Nice. Well,
Yeah.
1026. And it's glowing. It's also getting warm down here. Turn this exhaust fan back on, which sucks because I have a hard time hearing over it. Maybe I'll muffle it a little bit.
Yeah, Kevin, you're right. Keeping it fun. Yeah, the last couple of times I've done it with a couple of my grandsons. Poured some pieces for their moms, my daughters, like Mother's Day and birthday present, stuff like that. Those little dudes, they're better at stamping than I am. I am not a very good stamper.
I suck at stamping.
That yeah, somebody mentioned backyard bullion. That's one thing I admire about that cat, man. See some of the stamping on his pieces is. Have you ever noticed it? That guy's
Which
stamping technique, backyard bullion. His stamping technique is like flawless.
no shit. Hold
Yeah,
on a
Stuart,
second.
I agree. I agree. Yeah, trying to get some of these grandkids into stacking, into prepping, into pouring, into shooting, into hunting, into fishing.
Check that shit out. Kevin, this is Kevin's video he just put out of the chain he just made.
I guess I'm Mac Daddy.
Wow.
When did he drop that? Because I haven't seen that.
He just posted a link in the
Oh,
chat. So,
well, I must have missed that one.
dude, that was fucking gorgeous. I got smoke in my eye. Damn, dude, that's impressive. How long did that take? Just curious. I mean, you don't have to go into detail or say if you don't want to, but I'm really curious how much of your time that fucking took. If you tell me you just breezed through it in a day or two, I'll be really impressed. But I don't find that possible.
That's a lot of detail.
Wow, that's impressive as hell. Like, seriously. Well, either way, you know. Oh, even I was watching uh Cash Money and MLZB stream. Who the hell was it? Somebody was holding up a set of silver balls, just dangling them in front of the camera. And I'm like, hey, they look familiar. And I saw the chain that you put on it. That was fucking awesome, dude. Who the hell did you send that to? Now I'm drawing a blank. Who was? He had the social hour up yesterday. Was it Angry? I love seeing that thing dangling. I had to ask him. I was like, "Did you do that, or was that one of mine?" And next thing you know, he showed the COA and the sticker. I'm like, "That is fucking awesome." I got the biggest kick out of that. And then he showed a pour. I think he said his kid did it. This tiny little copper penis. Well, yeah, and balls. We're up to 1066, and nothing's melting yet. That's awesome. Fucking that damn heart is in the way. Fucking Wang. I can hear Sulu's voice. Wang. Oh, if anybody else knows that reference, any Howard Stern fans from years ago would know it. hold on here. This fucking heart is in the way of the chat, and I can't read it. Again, don't mind me. I'm just. Somebody put out a thing on how to get rid of the heart out of the chat. In the box, what? Am I reading that right?
Yeah,
They
apparently.
have
I was thinking the same thing.
Bruce Willis stuck in the air duct at the bottom of the box. I am. Yeah, Keys did put out a video on how to remove it. And I gotta go in and see it again. I hate that part. I mean, people hitting it, that's fine. But the fact that it blocks the damn chat. YouTube fucked up when they added that in. Boy, this thing is almost up to temp. It's only 5 degrees away and nothing is melted yet. Huh. We'll see what happens. Copper always took a really long time. How long has this been running? Wow, almost an hour and a half, huh? That's why Beaver sucks. They say don't run our machine for an hour and a half or more because you're risking burning it out. But it won't melt copper in an hour and a half. Piece of shit.
You're going to get spam comments again.
Spam comments. What
Yeah,
did I
spam
miss?
comments from the Beaver people talking about how wonderful they're.
I missed it.
No, I said you keep talking like that. I said when this video after the live's over, they'll start spam commenting you talking about how wonderful their Beaver furnace is.
Oh yeah. That was fucked
Yeah.
up. Them spamming my comments like that. I can't. I'm almost honored. You know what I mean? Like a company as large as Beaver would take the time to have people comment on my fucking video. I don't have thousands of subscribers. Why would they waste their time on me? But yeah. Awesome. All right. Let's see here. Ah, shit. How far in was it? I wasn't paying attention before I clicked on the link. 15 in. Oh, Jesus. That that's fucking funny. Yeah, in the back. I'm kind of surprised she opened it. Oh, I gotta get some volume on this.
Keeping it a little more twisted than I thought he was.
Okay.
Squirrel. And it's a necklace.
Mhm.
So apparently I'm supposed to wear some squirrel nuts around my neck.
That must be your, if it's from Keevan, it must be your totem.
I gotta get rid of that necklace cake thing. That's so weird.
You fucking guys ain't right, man.
Did you make that? It's certificate of authenticity scroll nuts.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
let me see if I can hang that from the light.
Oh my god, Keevan.
Nuts.
I want to see him in a stream wearing that
What
fucking
is
thing.
I'm thinking this was supposed to go to somebody else. Scooter. I'm not gonna open that.
That's great, man.
Somebody else.
You guys ain't right. That's funny. It's up to temperature, but it still ain't melted my copper. Ah, let me see here.
He wears it every day now. Yeah. Different strokes, I reckon.
Bring it up to 1095. Maybe that'll make a difference.
So what have you got in there? A bar or rounds or just scrap?
Yeah, it was a bunch of scrap flake pieces, really small chunks. There was a couple of screws that were probably about as big as round as my pinky.
Yeah.
But yeah, most of it was a little cornflake little pieces. Yeah. That's fucking funny, Stuart. I love that. I really do. Other people enjoying our shit, seeing it out there. Seeing my clock up on Coin Crew's shelf and up in the background, that's awesome. I think every time I see that thing, it puts a smile on my face.
Yeah, they're up at what, Michigan?
What's that?
Coin Crew. They're in Michigan, right?
I think so.
Pretty
It's been a
sure.
while since I've sent anything to Mrs. Coin Crew. Chubby Hubby said, yeah. Yep. And it ain't melting.
Is
You
it
really
glowing
don't
at
want
all?
to use it. It hasn't gone down at all.
Huh.
I mean, it's glowing towards the top. Oh, wonderful. They don't close all the way. Yeah, it's pretty fucking close. Yeah, as soon as I open the lid, I can see the color just flash across. So this doesn't need to be up here anymore. I think it's almost time. Almost. Yeah, I don't see myself using this furnace anytime soon again. I don't know what the max temperature is on it, but I think I'm getting ready to run it up. I've been spoiled with my other tabletop furnace. And I really hope this thing comes out looking all right. Like I said, I've never rushed one of these projects before. It's always taken me a minimum of 2 or 3 weeks. See what happens.
Hey, you never know till you try. Hey,
Yep.
Shrooms, I'm gonna mute myself for a minute. I got to get an ice pack. This phone's starting to get a little warm.
Stuck. The fucking heart is in the way. I can't see. I can't see what you wrote. Wait a minute. What if I come over here to this one? Oh, okay. Now I can see. If I come over to this chat, StreamYard is on this phone. YouTube's on this phone. Hold the lighter up against the phone. No. Although it is pretty close to the furnace. Yes. Boy, that's a little toasty. Maybe I shouldn't be resting my phone there. Quick reaction. Yeah, he's got to get an ice pack for his. Actually, I'm surprised my phone isn't dying. I got it plugged in, but normally it doesn't hold a charge even when it's plugged in if I'm on StreamYard. I can't believe this thing melted yet. Huh. Max temp is 1150. I'm at 1094 now. I'll bring it up to 1120. Right? I don't think this thing is very accurate. We'll see what happens. Again, nah, there's no. Oh, the tablets. Yeah, we don't know. He can't find his tablet. How the hell? There we go. I don't think the tablets get that hot, Mr. Tubby Hubby. I think they're designed to do more things, and the battery can keep up. And yeah, to check if it's off. Oh, I actually have. I don't have a heat gun that goes up that high. I um I have a thermal imaging camera, but that only goes up to like 450 degrees or 375 or something like that. And I don't have a high temp heat gun, which I'm kind of surprised. Right. Most people that I think do these things, pourers and play with lava, I think most of them have high temp heat guns. Maybe not. Yeah, that's about what mine goes to. Candy thermometer. I don't think a candy thermometer is going to go up that high. Not to this anyway. I gotta grab a drink. I'll be right back. Warm down here. All right. I know it ain't melted yet. I also grabbed a donut while I was up there. Plain. Plain are good too. I'm almost ready to pull out my tabletop. Really didn't want to. Yeah. Hmm. Wonder if this phone does split screen. Nope. Well, that sucks. Just gonna try to get some tunes. Well, for the 3 people that have stuck with me, thanks. Ah, shit, that's funny. I know, not the most entertaining places you could be on a Saturday night. But, I think Stacks disappeared on us.
I'm here. I'm working on a sandwich. I'll be right back.
No, you're good, man. Oh, let's see here. Uh, well, don't be shy. The bowl runneth empty. Fucking jar is almost running it empty too. That's never good. Pot's doing its job. Here's everybody. This shit still ain't melted. I turned it up a little more. Hmm. I gotta get some music here. Let's see here. Come on. I don't think the phone's very loud. I don't know if you guys are gonna be able to hear that or not. Yeah, somebody posted the temperature of melting copper, and I asked what's 100 degrees above, and I think it was, I forget what the hell it was. It was 1900 and something. but now I'm almost maxing the fucking machine out. I got it set to 1125. I think I might have a clump stuck up at the top. These are not working for me. No. I mean, it's slowly sinking. Not sure what the hell is going on in there. The one graphite rod I have is pretty thick. Although it's probably better than using my tongs here. Yeah, this ain't really working too well. You guys having better luck with this?
Hey, Shroom,
Yep.
you got Chubby Hubby in the basement, I believe.
Oh shit. Okay.
Hello,
I'm sorry,
hello.
man.
Can
I
you hear
didn't
me?
realize you were sitting there.
What's up there,
I
Mr.
apologize.
Michigander?
Howdy there, Stacks. Can you hear me good?
Yes, sir.
Outstanding. How is everybody tonight?
Can't
Rattling
complain.
but rolling.
What's that?
Shroom's just trying to kill us with anticipation.
I know. It'll be
I'm
awesome.
trying to do it now.
Kill us with anticipation.
I'm just catching a tan.
Trying to melt your thingy there too, huh?
It ain't that hot in there. For some reason, it says it's at 1125.
Okay, well, copper is 1984, if I remember right, isn't it?
He's using Celsius.
Oh, well, you know, mess up an old
Or
guy
no.
with the dang metric system then. Fine. That's. So what does that equate to in American?
In American.
American.
I
I
thought
need,
it was like
I need American dimensions.
I thought it was like 1080 something. I thought 1084. Or was that silver? Oh. I mean, it's real soft. I was able to push down on it a little bit.
Well, you just
Let's see.
clicked a 2 hour mark. It should be rolling.
Yeah, I thought I was right. I remember 1984 because it's the same as the George Orwell book.
The Van Halen album.
Well, that too.
Hmm.
Yeah, 1983. That's close enough. We're not gonna. I'm not gonna fight over a degree. But yeah, it takes a lot more heat to melt the copper. You don't give up easy like the silver.
I would really have to hate to just shut all this down and start over with my other furnace.
I'm back.
Fuck, man.
Where's Monkey? Oh, hey, Monkey King. Good to see you, buddy. Sorry for missing you.
Monkey King still in here?
I think he just got here, didn't he?
Yeah, he was in. I think he bailed and came back.
Ah,
I can't even see him. Huh.
Had to see a man about a dog or a horse about a frog or something.
There he is. Welcome back.
oh, here.
Still waiting for my fucking copper to melt. I don't know why that ain't melting yet. That's just odd.
Hubby,
Yes.
while he's still in there, should I poke the bear a little bit? Yeah, he's been taking quite a lot of liberties with shots at me here lately.
Okay.
You remember before you bumped out of chat? Yeah, that messenger last night.
Uh-huh.
He was explaining in great detail how he was going to whip my ass on the poker
Okay.
table.
Ah.
Yeah,
Okay.
ask him how that went for it.
How'd that go for you there, Shroom
I wiped
you know-
the floor with him.
Oh,
I
you
wiped
did.
the floor with him. It was
I
a
see.
massacre. He should have been embarrassed.
I question the veracity of that statement.
Well,
So how
That's
bad
how I
was this
remember.
massacre?
that's how I remember it.
Well, the
Monkey King, man.
first round lasted 2 hands.
Okay.
I would stay in the game, save your cash. Save, man. That's how I think anyway.
So the first round went 2 hands.
Yep. I had pocket queens, first hand, pocket ace, the second hand,
Oh, well, that's handy.
and he was broke. So we
Uh-huh.
started again, and he made me earn it the next time. That was it. It got to the point where the blinds were so high. It was like, who's going to get blinded out first?
Oh, geez.
Yeah,
That's what it.
the blind would put you all in.
Yeah,
Like
pretty
it
much.
got to the point where the blind was what, like fucking 600 or some shit. Like
Wow.
Yeah, like they put your blinds in automatically, and the blind without a single bet basically had all our chips. So it was just luck of the cards at that point.
yep.
Guess who had the luck?
I'm guessing that went to you.
It went to him.
Yeah.
He got lucky.
But the
That's
game
all I
still
can
insulted him, right?
Probably, but at that
Well-
point I didn't care. It always does.
I think it did, actually.
You know, he didn't cuss me as bad this time. Zach's pretty good at that. I think he's called me everything but a white boy on that poker table.
Mm. Oh, thanks. That was really nice. Waited until you got right in my face to deliver that. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Anybody want a cat? I have
I got
several.
one that likes to jump up on my lap, and when he doesn't quite make it, those claws
Mm.
dig in to make sure he's going to make it.
Oh yeah.
And he
Yeah.
does it when I'm not expecting it. I don't see it
Oh,
coming.
of course. Yeah, that's the best time to do it, of course. They couldn't just come up and go, "Hey, I'm thinking about coming up. What do you think?" No, it's surprise.
Yeah.
Ninja kitty. That's what you guys are.
Oh, it just dropped. As soon as I touched it, it fucking dropped about an inch. So I think a clump just there was so much in it, it got caught up at the top of the crucible.
You think it's against the TOS to do a kitten gaw?
We're
Whether
not
you
doing
guys
that
like
here.
it or not. I told somebody already I was sending them a package, and they didn't get the joke. I had to
Nice.
explain it afterwards. They said, "Oh, your kittens were so cute," and I waited a few, and I said, "Hey, keep your eyes open for a package."
Don't block the air holes.
Yeah, don't block the air holes. Open immediately. Yeah, come on, get out.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure this just got all stuck at the top of the friggin' crucible.
Yeah, don't mind me. I'm just live streaming on YouTube. It's no problem. Just come on in. Make yourself at home.
Oh, they do.
Yeah, I've noticed.
Climb up on you, start licking their balls, cleaning their butts.
Oh,
Well, that one's more polite than Sterling's cat. He's got a cat named Billy, and she'll jump up on his desk when he's doing a live stream, and inevitably stick her butt right dead in the camera. Every time. It's hilarious.
Yep. They have no idea about that.
Oh, I think they know exactly what they're doing. I think they're telling the whole human race, "Hey, everybody, you can kiss it. We run the place." Yeah.
Our little kittens are they're basically trying to eat each other, I think. You go in there and it's just a fur pile, and they're all like, come here, you. No. Yep. And they're starting to get little tiny teeth, too.
What's happening, Bart? Good to see you. I think I'm getting ready to pour a copper mushroom.
No, that's what we've got now, Bravada Mike. We took in a girl, and she's just given birth to 5 babies, so we're all set. I'm trying to reduce inventory. All kittens must go. It's a sale. It's a fire sale on kittens. She's cute.
I adopted a feral cat from. I adopted a feral cat from the Humane Society. That thing still hisses at me to this day if I approach it.
Jeez.
But she wouldn't let me touch her willingly for almost a year. Yeah, I got her in February, and it was December the first time she ever rubbed up against my leg.
Wow.
But,
yeah, it could take them a long time.
Well, when we got her for the purpose of being a company for our other cat. And that didn't work out. Our other cat just didn't accept it. Like, no, the other cat thinks she's one of the dogs. So she hates the other cat. And yeah, so the other cat was pretty fucking antisocial.
It happens.
It does.
Doesn't it? Yeah. You and your sister especially.
I think it's almost ready to melt. It sure as hell sank a lot. I don't know if it can sink anymore.
Does it look all nice and melty and liquidy?
Not. But again, I don't know if it got caught because the crucible is concave.
That would be the problem with me in this hobby. I'd be wanting to look at it every few minutes to see if it was melted yet.
I'm just trying to look through it to see if there's any liquid down there. Because, I mean, there should be. I'm just fucking close it again. It sank a lot. So,
Patience.
2 hours in. This thing was supposed to be shut off by now. It's got a warning sticker on it saying don't run it this long.
Jeez. Well, we don't worry about silly little things like that.
It's only electricity and molten copper. You know,
Yeah, I mean,
what could go wrong?
as long as we keep water out of the equation, we should be good.
Yeah, it's not going to be long before I turn my other furnace on. I got to end this at some point. I don't want to end it and be like, oh, okay, everybody, see you later. Nothing fucking happened. But I suppose I can always just, I don't know, start it again. Yeah, Bart, I'm really not the smartest. Like I said, I'm here learning by myself. You weren't here earlier, you know, like, I don't know any better. If it breaks, then, well, I'll find out. Yeah, well, this didn't get that hot. Not hot enough to start glowing or get soft anyway. I don't know why the hell that's not melting. Yeah.
It sucks because copper is cheaper to work with than silver, but it's harder to work with, it seems.
I don't recall this machine ever having this much of an issue melting copper before. Like, it never liked doing it, but it always did it. Yeah. Transferring that.
I think your beaver's
that?
on its last legs.
Yeah.
That didn't sound exactly right, did it?
No, not so good. But, you know, you'd like to think you could trust products made by slave laborers in China. And it's constantly letting us down. It's almost like
Bart,
we should have kept the dang manufacturing here and built the things here.
Mm-hmm.
Had half a chance if it lasts more than 3 pours.
1120 is what I got it set at. And it reached 1120, and then I pushed down on it and it sank a lot. So I was thinking that it got stuck at the top of the crucible because it's concaved. So I turned it down to 1100 and still nothing is happening. But I just turned it back up to 1120. It's pretty fucking hot. Here, hold on. Fuck it. But yeah, trust me, it's hot. It's glowing red. It's got to be close. Yep. Shouldn't have used the Beaver.
Apparently, they'll put their name on anything.
Oh, yeah. Yep. Any piece of shit that they can. It's almost like they target the pieces of junk to put their names on. I haven't heard any real good reviews on them. I've seen good reviews, but I refuse to accept the fact that they're real.
Probably make the factory workers do it on their way home to earn their lunch or something. You must leave 5 good reviews to get your portion today or some shit.
Yep. This thing's slow as shit. Yep. I almost want to give up on this thing.
But we've come this far. It seems
Gently.
folly to leave now at the last moment. Come on, be melted.
It just sank. Another half inch. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what's happening. Is it's fucking stuck in the concave crucible. Fucking hot, that's for sure. It looks like it's liquid, but it's not.
Hey there, vote for Pedro. How you doing, buddy?
Hello,
Pedro, what's
Pedro.
going on, man? Pedro, I made the mistake of using this piece of shit Beaver furnace again. Almost 2.5 hours later, I'm still here waiting for my copper to melt.
I think it's about time to introduce that beaver to some tannerite.
Hey, there's an idea.
That's not a bad idea.
That would make a pretty good video.
I'm saying, get your frustrations out.
Yeah, no kidding. for Pedro, I picked a death cap mushroom, and it was a perfect looking specimen. It was just a beautiful looking mushroom. So I brought it home, sunk it down in plaster of Paris, baked the hell out of it in the toaster oven until I got all the moisture out of it. Stuck it in my homemade foundry and incinerated the mushroom out of it. So now I'm trying to melt down some copper and pour it in the cavity. I actually got a decent mold, I think. I won't find out ultimately until I got some copper poured into it. But yeah, so that's what's happening. And seeing that sink as much as it's sinking, I'm just really praying I'm melting enough material. Yeah.
Fingers crossed, everybody. Let's
I got
send
10
thoughts and
ounces.
speed prayers towards the Beaver. Come on, you can do it one more time, Beaver. One more time. Don't let us down, Beaver. We all have tannerite.
Beaver.
Beaver. Or tannerite.
Right. Fucking A.
Blow that
That's kind of
bastard out of sight.
Lord, back to Beijing.
It's liquid at the bottom. It's
Incoming. Airmail.
the way it's shaped.
It's one of those times I'd really love to have a Canon. You know, I think that'd be a good video too.
I'm just going to keep slow and steady pressure on it. It's pushing it down. There's a puddle at the bottom of the crucible.
LMC indeed.
I think I'm finally seeing some liquid. Yep. Although I got it set to 1120 and it's still stuck at 1110, probably because I got the lid up. Hey Lisa, how you doing?
Anderson.
Thanks for swinging in. It's good to see you. I'm making an attempt to cast a copper mushroom that I foraged from a cemetery. Hey Martin, it's good to see you. Welcome. I'm currently trying to cast a death cap mushroom. But this furnace isn't doing very well. And it's trying, but it's failing. At partial fault of the crucible.
That's a good point. Get your squints on when you're looking in there, please.
I got my safety squint on.
No, you don't. I can see you. You do not
I'm
have your.
squinting. I'm squinting.
Yeah, that's helpful. Sure. Okay.
That's what safety squints are. I thought.
Peeper protectors.
Am I wrong?
A barrier
Oh.
between your eyes and the hot molten liquid. Hopefully soon to be molten liquid.
I got them right here.
That's the kind.
I'll set them down right there.
And that wasn't just me either. That was VP throwing that out there too. So
Oh, you care.
we do.
That's
We care
nice.
about you a lot.
I know. I'm just messing with you. I appreciate you guys. No, your safety advice has helped me. I've taken your advice more than once on some things.
That's
Like
good.
the respirator when working with that gas foundry. That was a good one. I can't believe this thing is just so fucking slow.
Heinz 57 metal.
I'm a little concerned I didn't put enough in there. Before I was worried that I put too much in, but that sank a lot.
Yeah, no.
Monkey says he's trapped in the basement.
Yeah, I don't get notifications. And my
Doesn't
phone is
go-
frozen.
Doesn't go ping or anything.
No. Hold on a second here. It's fucking frozen.
Yeah, some people when they're streaming, people get in the basement. You hear a ding. Sometimes you don't hear anything.
I think I may have to bump out and come back in. This thing, my phone is frozen and it's not letting me do anything.
The picture on this end is moving.
Fuck.
Hmm.
I'm gonna bump out maybe and be right back. Hold on.
Good luck.
Let's see here. Well, all right. Where'd you go?
Right here.
Same place.
There we go.
Yep. Hey, Monkey King.
What's happening, Monkey King? There we go.
I don't know how good this is going to be, but I'll be here as long as I can. This room is not worth the money, nor do I really want to fucking be in it. But better than being in the van right now.
Well, take a shower, get yourself cleaned up, go back out to the van.
Yeah, I don't even. Hey, I looked at the shower. I don't even want to take a shower.
Ooh.
You got a shower. Come on now. Not just for your sake.
He's
Come
got
on.
an exhaust fan, Bart, right above the his
Let-
furnace there.
You know what? I think I'm gonna have to fucking shut this thing off and try to retrieve my copper back. This fucking sucks. It ain't melting.
Thought you said you had liquid in the bottom.
Yeah, I thought it
Oh,
not anymore. It looked liquid. I gotta run a bedroom. I will be right back.
All right. We've got control now. He's gone.
Storm the breaches.
Yeah.
Yeah, Monkey, you keep freezing, man. It's
am I back?
Yep. You are back. I'd say that color gives the tub's age away. No, now you're frozen. Oh, now you're gone.
He gone.
We're all by ourselves now. Just us and chat. Where you guys want to head this? What direction should we head the stream in? We've taken over. He's trying to pour a desk cap mushroom that he picked and cast into a mold, and he's trying to pour it out of copper, Lisa. I believe I've gotten the right on that.
Yeah, he made the mold with plaster of Paris.
Yep.
And he cooked the mushroom out of it, and now
Picked
he's
little
trying to
bits
fill the
out.
void with copper.
Yep.
But his beaver will not cooperate.
You can't trust a beaver.
Dang beavers, man.
Punk ass beavers.
Like a groundhog with an attitude.
Yep. Not as cute though.
No,
I'm going
not even
groundhog
close.
on that one. You asked me who I wanted to be in the woods with alone, a beaver or groundhog. I'm picking the groundhog.
Yeah,
A
groundhog.
lot less annoying, and I could eat the groundhog if I needed to.
Yeah, groundhog. I'm not going to drop a tree on your head.
You can't eat a beaver?
Not a beaver. A
Why not?
beaver,
He's
yes,
hungry
but
now.
not a beaver. Although he's Canadian, he might taste somewhat mapley. I don't know.
Well, I'd have to be awful hungry to find out.
Well, I mean, you know, they want us to eat the bugs. I mean, eat the bugs, eat the beaver. That's gonna be a tough choice.
Yeah, I'm just going fishing.
Yeah.
Well, I probably would too, but I'm just saying.
Use the bugs,
I
catch the
normally
fish.
don't eat fish.
Oh, that's good.
I normally don't like fish or eat fish, but I think I would eat it before I ate a woodchuck or a beaver or a groundhog. No. There's probably reasons people don't eat those things.
I've got
Don't know
I've
what
got
they
an old book of odd historic facts, and there are parts of, I want to say it was up in Canada. Don't quote me on that, but instead of fish for Fridays, the Catholics were allowed to eat the back third of beavers because they were mostly in the water. And I'm guessing it must have been a thing because there were no fish available for the poor people in that area to eat on a Friday, so they had to eat something. But yeah, it was
Wow.
like what a substitution.
Yeah, that's different.
Yeah.
I guess fish or aquatic mammals are okay.
I don't know what I'm going to do about this.
Thank you.
I don't think it's going to do it.
That is totes not cool.
Yeah.
Very disappointed in the beaver.
Now I got to get my copper on the thing after I squished it down into it. It was really soft.
Yeah,
It's not liquid.
that's true. Vote for Pedro. It has. Hold on one second.
Yeah, they're probably saying that now, Pedro, because they know they polluted the hell out of the earth. But yeah, there's no way they could have gotten 100% of our fish and game. Yeah, it's buy our food, pay your taxes, eat the shit we put in there. No such thing as fish. You lost me there, Bart. I don't know. Any suggestions?
5 pounds of tannerite.
2.5 hours into it. This thing ain't melted.
I got a 30
I
odd
know.
6. You bring the tannerite and the Beaver. We'll take care of that thing. We'll blow it up real good.
That's a recipe for fun and revenge.
You know, just that thing has been nothing but trouble.
I could put my mittens on here, set it out on the concrete floor, try to get my shit out of it and stick it in another crucible.
Does anybody make a good electric tabletop furnace like that doesn't give you constant headaches?
Yeah, I got one sitting right behind me.
I thought that one gave you a bunch of trouble too.
The cooling system broke. The fan doesn't
Okay.
work on it anymore. But I
Okay, well-
substituted that with a little table fan over here and a couple of little computer fans, and I've never had an issue with it. It works fantastic. For this thing. Oh shit.
Oh, whoop.
Yeah.
Do we have goo?
It's about fucking time.
Nice.
Hallelujah.
Woot. We got liquid.
Okay, I'm just gonna leave that alone for a few more minutes and let it get hot. It made it back up to 11:19. I got it set to 11:30, which is way fucking hotter. I'm gonna crank this thing. I want to make sure my copper's up to 10.
Pour the coal to it. Roll smoke.
11:50.
Full throttle. Warp drive, Scotty.
Yep. Now we're cooking.
We came here to
Yes.
melt copper and chew bubble gum, and we're all out of bubble gum, folks. Sometimes I crack myself up.
Yep. Maybe I'll make this thing a giveaway, or would that just be a mean thing to do?
Why is that? Why would it be mean? I mean, how is giving something away mean? Oh, you mean
Because
the furnace?
The furnace, yeah.
Oh, no, that would be a mean thing to do. Yeah, don't do that.
I just tell people it's good for silver.
Uh-huh.
Don't use it for copper because it's junk for copper.
You know, and don't watch any of my previous videos where I've ranted about this thing.
I'll put it right out there. If anybody wants this fucking piece of shit, you're welcome to have it. Expect nothing but headaches and problems, but it'll get you started if you're really passionate about getting started.
Yep. I think you ought to box that up and send it to Steve and
Yeah.
let him do a pumpkin 2 video.
He'll lose the fucking box.
Oh!
Yeah, simmer down now. Come on.
Ouch! That hurt. that hit deep.
All right. For those of you who are with us right now, let me
No,
give you a
God,
little
you just had to take him there, didn't you?
All right. Stax and I have been playing online poker for a little while. And he made a comment one night about looking through his the fucking handle fell off of his magnifying glass. So now he's using a broken magnifying glass to look through his phone, to see his phone. So I sent him a tablet. I said, "What's your address? Give me your address. I want to send you this tablet." So I sent him a tablet. And the box made it. It was delivered. Confirmed.
It was.
He had it. And then it was misplaced. So it's a little backstory behind that little jab I gave him.
That'd be a pretty big box for him to lose, but I have faith that it's possible. Where there's a will,
Oh,
there's the stacks.
it's around here somewhere.
Dax, I love you, brother. I'm just busting your balls. That thing will pop up. And you should be able to see your screen a little better.
I know one thing. If I send him something, I'm putting a tracking device in it so he can find it when he gets it. It's like one of those screechers that as soon as it's bumped, it starts going off like the present thing, you put in the box for Christmas. Sensitive to any touch. Or put a clapper in it. Yeah, thank you. Thank you much.
Yep, I'm still blaming it on the wife.
Yeah.
Probably not true,
All right.
but I'm sticking
Sleep
with my
well,
story.
Bravada Mike. Thanks for coming in, buddy.
Bravada Mike, you taking off? Oh, can't see.
Oh, you fixing to miss the money shot?
No, man, I don't think I have enough in there, and I have to add more. There's not a lot in there. I put 10 ounces in there, but it's not very deep. And now I don't know what I did with all my. Did you guys see what I? Never mind, I got it. That ain't gonna fit.
So you've got 10 ounces in there and you don't think it's enough for that mushroom?
I don't think it's enough. It's not very deep. I don't want to risk being shy.
No, it's definitely not a good thing to be short, but it seems like a lot.
I can't believe I didn't get my hand. Wow. It's fucking spitting.
Good time to be wearing your glasses, maybe. Possibly.
I'm gonna draw the moisture out of this before I put it in there. And I'll just be able to dump it in.
Got to make sure everything's perfectly dry. Hey there, Angry Warrior Tackle Box. How you doing, buddy? Welcome
What's
in.
happening, Angry? Angry, I've been having all sorts of issues tonight with this furnace. I made the mistake of going back and using the Beaver that I started off with because I didn't want to push my tabletop. And now I'm regretting it. Because I've been here for 2.5 hours waiting for this thing to get up to temperature.
Bad beaver.
That is, yeah. Can't trust them.
See what I did with my glasses?
Thought you set them on the table there in front of you.
Yeah.
On my head. What the fuck? There they are. If anybody doesn't know, the moisture in the air can get on the metal, and dropping that into molten copper can cause a steam explosion.
And those are bad. Very bad.
I've already been hit in my face and my left eyeball with aluminum, molten aluminum, and it sucked. I was 100% positive at that moment I had just gave up my eyesight. And thankfully, I was wrong. When I opened my eye back up, I could still see something out of it. Everything bounced off of my face except for when I closed my eyes, it solidified, and I gave myself an aluminum eyeliner. So I had to peel it off of my eyelids. Other than that,
Gross.
I was fine. But yeah, I don't want to relive that. That sucked.
I feel your pain.
Yeah, you would know what it's like to have your eyeball not in a good place.
Yeah. There's only one good place for it. Any place else is bad. Very, very bad.
Come on, hold still. There. Probably rather look at you than me anyway, huh, buddy? Bear.
All right. Now I'm gonna wait a little longer. And if that don't do it, I'm just gonna be disappointed. Because this is going on for way too long. Should have used my tabletop. That's all right. As long as it gets done. I got this little roll of aluminum over here. Just saying to myself, I could throw that in, it'll melt real fast.
Make your own custom blending.
Sure. It's just going to somebody in the mycology community. He ain't gonna give a shit what it's made out of.
Cop 'em. We'll call it cop 'em.
My lock,
Capernium. That sounds a little classier. We'll call it
my lock,
Capernium.
I would add the aluminum to it, pour it, and as it's cooling, the thing would probably fucking crack or something. That would be my luck.
Just chuck you some tin in there and make you some bronze.
Yep.
Yeah. Take the can that my mold is in.
Hey.
Angry Warrior, I have a Beaver, which is pretty the same thing as a 2-auto, and my tabletop. I love my tabletop, man. That thing. If I was using my tabletop right now, I would have had this melted in 20 minutes.
What are you doing?
Tops, from cold to ready to pour in 20 minutes. To the max, close to the max melting copper, so I decided to use the Beaver. I'm kind of regretting it right now. I love my fucking tabletop, man. It's worth every penny. 3 times more than the Beaver, but again, it's worth every penny. It also uses a hell of a lot of electricity. I think it's like 700 watts less. And it works 10 times faster. So yeah, tabletop is definitely the way to go. Yeah, this thing sucks.
Mm.
It's going to take another 20 minutes for that little bit of copper that I just threw in the melt. I'm guessing. I don't really know that, but
Seems like once the pool was up to temp, it would anything you added should go that much quicker, shouldn't it?
that's kind of what I was thinking. Yep.
Not what you're saying though. They're still looking solid in there.
Oh, everything just went solid again.
Oh,
It's real bright, but it's real solid.
that's not a good sign.
I'm going to give this thing away for somebody who wants to get into melting silver. It'll melt silver. Just as long as they don't put too much in it to start.
Tannerite, tannerite, tannerite. Blast that sucker out of sight. Tannerite.
Click,
You know,
click,
I have a
boom.
rod and gun club.
There you go.
Pretty
Click,
much.
click, boom.
The Rod and Gun Club local is pretty much right around the corner from my house. It's maybe a half mile away at most. Maybe I could bring it over there and ask them at one of them, hey, one of you guys want to help me make a video? I'm not a part of the club, so I can't just show up
Yeah.
and find out the rules if tannerite is allowed.
Well, have you heard any tremendously loud explosions from up in that direction?
Once in a blue moon, but not often.
That's probably once in a blue moon you can do it. Most ranges are they frown upon that.
Kevin, you're already pouring, man. Come on now. I'm talking about getting somebody else into the hobby. Not to make your life more miserable. You would hate this thing, I promise. Bart, I really don't melt much other than silver. Copper sometimes, but I wouldn't even know where to get pewter. And I started off with aluminum. It's not that much fun. I don't know.
Go to
It
the
would've made
Goodwill
things
store.
more-
You can find all the pewter you want.
What's that?
Go to a Goodwill store. You can find all the pewter you want.
Okay.
Good point.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I like the look. Copper's pretty. I like the look of copper. Probably more than silver. But this isn't cost effective. And again, it pushes the tabletop close to its max.
I've always wanted to try some gold, but I just don't have enough guts to throw some of my gold coins into a whipping dish. And
Melt them.
just I can't do it. I just
Yeah.
cannot do it.
That's the problem with gold. It costs a lot of money to mess around with that.
Yes, these days it sure does.
I've never melted gold. I don't own any. Well, I can't. The gold I melt, or the gold I have, I'm not willing to melt. That belonged to the women in my family from generations back. But yeah, I've never been able to afford any gold yet. And when I could, I just bought more silver.
Yeah, I've only got one piece that I would consider it. It's just a 10-gram bar. It's not a Pamp Swiss, but it's along those lines.
Yeah.
It'd be hard to melt down a gold coin unless it was just a really awful shape.
Yeah,
Some bars and stuff, that wouldn't bug me.
no, that all the rest of it's coinage of different sizes. But yeah, the bar, I don't think that would bother me.
No. I only own one gold coin, and that's one of those little Mexican dos mics, whatever the heck they are.
Dos peso.
Yeah, those little tiny ones from 45 or 6 or whatever. But then I got some. I used to buy pay dirt off a guy from North Carolina off of eBay and pan it out at the kitchen sink. So I don't have much, but I suppose I could melt that down. But then every time I look at it, I remember how much fun I had finding it.
There you go.
Yeah, I wouldn't melt anything that would have a memory behind it, I don't think. Or any of my finds. I've never melted any of my finds either. Any of the cool ones, anyway. Oh. Something just popped. Might have been something stuck to the crucible.
2.5 ounces at one time. I couldn't do it, Kevin. I couldn't do it.
Ooh. Boy, I'd be nervous about that. It's a lot of money in that little tiny amount of stuff, and I'm clumsy. I spill stuff once in a while.
Yeah, I'd be nervous about shipping that much gold. The most I melted was my kilo bar. That was another time I was nervous. I was afraid the crucible was going to bust out in the furnace while it was melted.
Mm. Hey, freaking awesome. How you doing, buddy?
Freaking, what's up? One of these days I'll have enough for gold. But I suppose I should get a whipping dish and torches for that. All right, I'm liquid again.
All right.
Cool.
Hey, Free King, what's up?
Freaking awesome. I'm getting ready to pour a death cat mushroom. I sunk one in some plaster of Paris and cooked it out of the mold. Now I'm trying to fill it with copper.
Hey there, SGT Stacking. How you doing, buddy?
What's up, brother? Hey, you get your package today? I checked tracking yesterday and it said it was due to be delivered today.
Everybody's showing up for the money shot.
That's
Oh
right.
boy.
They sensed it was getting close.
The disturbance in the force.
Oh boy.
Fever, fever, fever. You can do it. We have faith in tannerite, high-powered weapons. If you don't, so just keep that in mind, you stupid furnace. You've got a book press that'll just turn you into a flat spot in the pavement. Fucking thing. Don't make me swear at you, you piece of shit.
It's liquid. It looks real hot in there, but it just turned liquid, so I'm gonna give it a couple of more minutes. It's up to 1137 degrees according to the display. I'm having a hard time believing that's accurate. Find out. Oh, for those of you who are just coming in, this is one of the other mushrooms I've poured at one time or another. Here, hold on a sec. Let me see if I can layout. This is one of the other copper mushrooms I foraged, brought it home, stuck it in plaster, burned it out of the plaster, and then filled the cavity with copper. And I got every bit of detail of the mushroom. And I've successfully done it probably, I don't know, 6 or 7 times at most. I think that's giving myself more credit. But so my hopes for this one, well, I'm keeping my fingers crossed. Let's put it that way.
It'll come out great.
And now that it looks like it's up to temperature, I'm nervous. I'm going to give it a couple more minutes, but I hope it's really not 1140 degrees.
I have a 20-ton hydraulic press, too. That might do a number on it.
I could just hook it up to my truck and drag it down the road.
That lacks subtlety.
It bounces.
There's a certain yeah, I mean, you could, but that's, I mean, I guess. I'd watch the video. I'm not saying I'd chew it or skew it, but
All right, I'm calling it.
we could launch it like the anvils.
There you go.
I'm just getting some shit ready.
About a half a pound of black powder to send that thing up.
Yep.
doubt there's going to be any left though. Oh, I got the graphite mold right there. What the hell am I doing? I'm just nervous.
Don't be
I don't know what the
nervous.
hell I'm doing.
You'll be fine. Everybody, positive vibes. It's going to be great. It'll look awesome. We know this. We have faith.
Pulling this thing out of the toaster oven.
I know where there's a D9 Caterpillar we could use to crush it, maybe. That'd be pretty impressive.
Well, I'd like to borrow that thing for about 3 days.
It's an amazing site. They have one of the tractor clubs north of here it's one of their pieces of equipment. And yeah, it just rumbles, shakes the ground when it goes by.
Yeah.
Sweet piece of equipment.
Well. Oh boy.
Showtime. It's going to be fine.
Get rid of the water.
Free King. Thank you, brother. I got a new sub. That'll
Oh.
put me up to about 6.
Outstanding. Oh,
Yeah, there's some weight in there. Come on, keep going.
Go, 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 go.
I think that came out I think it came out. Well, I had the perfect amount in there. It literally just had enough to fucking fill the very top of the can and swirl around before it solidified. You got to check this out. Shit. Hold on. Come on. I can't turn the camera around? Why can't I turn the camera around?
I
Shit,
could never
sorry.
get mine to turn around on StreamYards either.
Ah, shit. I got soot floating in the air. Hold on. How the fuck do I turn the camera around? More.
Kiva says, just
Sorry
turn
for
the phone around.
I don't know. Now, the moment's kind of gone. It had this wild looking effect that was swirling over it. This place has got soot floating around. It's not fuming. Just had some oil in the sand.
Looks like it's a good thing you added the extra copper in there. You didn't
Oh,
have
yeah.
any to spare, did you?
Not a bit. Nope. That was absolutely perfect.
Thought you
I
were
mean,
going to have
it
to grab a
could've happened.
spatula and scrape the bowl out or something.
But now I got to get that cooled off. I got my can of water here. But yeah.
Thank you, freaking.
Yeah. Thank you,
I'm
Lisa.
sorry that I'm not looking at the chat, everybody. I'm freaking out.
It's
Not
okay,
freaking-
bud. We
I'm
understand.
freaking off. I'm not freaking out. But no, this came out perfect. Now I got to get it cooled off. And out of this other can. That's gonna smoke a lot. Shit.
It's very hot.
It's very hot. I'll be right back. I'm gonna be a minute. I'm gonna turn on my outside light. And then I'm gonna get the garden hose out because this thing's gonna be smoking
Uh-oh.
for a little while. So I'm gonna shut my cam off and I'll be back in just like 2 or 3 minutes. Hang out with me and you'll see what this thing looks like when I find out.
Will do. Be careful. Because you know that thing's hot. Well, he's gone again, everybody. What should we do now? We can run amok. Who's with me? Yeah, there you go. So what's everybody been doing this fine day? We hope so, Lisa Anderson. We hope so. I'd say 55 and up, Brass Bobo. I think anything before that, you're pushing the definition. That's just my thought. What do you think, Stax? We lose you? Ooh. How many you putting out, Bart? You with us, Stax? Well, fine. Leave me up here all by myself. Oh, thank God you're back.
I'm still with you. Now I got to
I was-
figure out how to turn my camera around again.
I think I was losing him, buddy. I'm sorry.
No, you're good, man. I really wish I could figure out how to turn my fucking my camera around.
I'm no help. I'm not a phone person.
I think I got it. I got it.
That is a lot, Bart. That's a lot of peaches. Peach wine. Sounds pretty tasty.
So this thing's going to be spicy.
Well, as some brilliant man noted before earlier in the stream, it's really hot. So, you know.
Now I'm going to make a mess. I'm going to have to step away from you for another minute too, so I can go get a hammer to get this thing apart.
Okay.
And a claw and something. I don't know. I'll be back in a minute.
Thanks for stopping in, SGT. You sleep good, buddy.
SGT, it was good seeing you, man. Check back tomorrow and just fast forward. You'll see how this thing turns out. I appreciate you for coming in, man. All right, I'll be right back.
We'll be right here. I think those are bugs of some kind, Kevin. Not sure I'd call them cicadas, but I think that's a bug, not frogs.
Am I back? I turned the camera. Oh, there we are. Okay. What are the odds that you can actually see this can right here? No? Yes?
Yep, we can see it.
All right, cool. That's where I'm going to be focusing. And it's still real hot, so. I got to cool this thing off a little bit. Can you see it decent?
Yep.
Okay. I should maybe get some gloves because I usually bleed when I do this.
That'd be good. Less bleeding would always be good.
Huh. Probably not the best idea to be doing this in the dark, but what better time than the present? That sounds awfully solid.
Crack that puppy open. Let's see it. But don't cut your fingers off.
think the water's doing a pretty good job of washing the shit out. Normally I just beat the hell out of it. Let me grab my gloves. I know I should have them, and I keep thinking about having them, and I still continue to work without them on. You know when you see something happen in your head before it happens, and then it actually happens? I was just having one of those moments. I don't know what I'm looking at. I think some copper went where it wasn't supposed to.
No. Howdy there, kin of mine. How you doing?
Hello, kin of mine. Yeah, lots of copper went where it wasn't supposed to. I'm gonna have to do some cutting tomorrow on this thing, but we're gonna try to get a decent enough look at it now, in the light anyway. But I'm gonna try to get as much of the plaster out of here as possible with the hose. I think I see a mushroom in there, but there's a lot of other shit around it.
A lot of flash to cut off to get the shape to show itself.
I think so, yeah.
I think that stuff cracks on you internally like that when you heat it, and it probably goes in the fissures.
Oh, shit. A lot of what I was just looking at is the tin can. I mean, there is still a lot there that needs to come off. Let me grab something to pull on with. Hold on. Shit. All right. Can you still see where the flashlight is pointing?
Yep.
Okay. The can is kind of fused to it somewhere.
Rock soup is bad for your teeth. Freaking awesome. It's a known fact.
Well, what flavors are we talking about? Or what grit? Or
Well, and some rocks can be toxic too, so that could be problematic.
well, this is true. Yeah, you don't want to eat asbestos.
Nope. And if you're ever out in the woods and you have to cook a piece of meat or something on a flat rock, make sure it's not from the river and it's not wet, because it can go off like a bomb.
Yeah, I've had some campfire rocks pop. There's some big flat pieces of slate that made a great bed for the fire. And yeah, they pop.
Except when that stuff pops, it does it in little thin segments like razor blades. If you're not careful.
All right. Enough fucking around. Let's go back inside. I'm going to kill the camera here for one more minute. We're going to step inside.
All righty. We'll see you back in the house. Don't think it matters, huh? Well, it depends on the type of rock, I suppose. I think granite would have a lot of flavor, but never tried it. They got this stuff called clown rock, but I hear that just tastes funny. Yep, that is true. And it's kind of porous, so anything that stopped and relieved itself on that rock is going to be soaked in.
Well, hello. I'm back. All right. So again, I apologize to the chat for not being able to pay attention. So, can you see me?
We can see ya. Looks good.
Yeah.
Got some extra
Oh,
copper
yeah.
though, looks like. Or is that the can I'm seeing? Oh, that's the
That
can.
is-
Okay.
No, that's the copper that took the shape of the can.
Oh, okay.
It separated from the plaster by the looks of things. And yeah. But I can clean that up and make it look like a decent looking mushroom. And I'm not bleeding.
Nice. That's an extra super bonus.
It really
Yeah,
is, but I'm not done yet. I'm not
Well,
done yet.
that's
I got a lot of cutting to do. Hopefully just not myself. But yeah, so a lot of this is can. So it fused. Oh, okay. So it's no longer can.
Nice.
So that's what I got to cut out.
And if you ever wanted a copper reproduction of a tin can, hey, there's a bonus.
Now I know how to recreate a tin can. Exactly.
You could say that's like the mushroom coming out of the can or something. Make it like a piece of pop art.
Yeah. Nice. Cool. Well, and this is how it's going to stand. I purposely I filled the circumference of the can so it would have its own base to sit on. And that worked out. I can't believe it worked out that well. So I hope you can see it. It kind of looks like the Mario mushroom, but okay. Keep fucking with that. gloves and you'll be bleeding pretty soon. Angry, this is the furthest I've ever gotten into one of these projects without bleeding. Yeah, this is the first one of these I've ever pulled out of my ass this quick. Normally, I don't know who was here earlier when I said it, but normally these projects take me a minimum of 2 weeks between picking the mushroom, getting it submerged in the plaster, letting it air dry out in the sun for a couple of weeks before I'm able to put it in the toaster oven and bake the moisture out of it. That takes several sessions at like several hundred degrees for about an hour and a half, let it cool off, and do that a few times and hope that the plaster doesn't crack, and then incinerate it without destroying the fucking plaster mold and allowing all this to happen. But in the end, I'll get all that off. I'm pretty sure I'll be able to get 99% of that off. You'll barely be able to notice. But yeah, I'll post an update on this thing before I take off.
I think it's going to look awesome when you're done.
I hope so. This side looks really good.
No,
The other side, can't see it really well, but it looks like there's a gap back there. So I'm hoping that is the case. As long as that gap is filled with plaster back there, then I'm going to have a full mushroom.
yep.
And hope like hell that the can didn't get mixed in with the side. So I'll find out. But yeah. Yeah, this is the dude who put, for the guy who put MycoFest together. His name is William Padilla Brown. He was the first dude in the US that was able to grow cordyceps successfully by watching the Asians fucking videos without any subtitles or translations. He'd just turn the sound off and watch what they were doing. And eventually he figured it out and successfully grew cordyceps and taught everybody else here in the US how to do it too. So it's not just Chinese that have access to their medicine, which cordyceps are, they're anti-cancer. There's a lot of different properties that cordyceps are good for. But yeah, this is being made for the dude who puts MycoFest together. That's the event I'm heading to next weekend.
How deep's it buried, kin of mine? And how's the security in this area?
Yeah, you know, mine, I'm going to have to pass on that. Stax, where'd you disappear to? I just noticed you were in the chat.
Hey, there he is. Yeah, he got real quiet. I was expecting to hear some snoring at some point, but
Clark Cummings, I appreciate that, man. I'm finally just getting the opportunity to look up in the chat. But yeah, I appreciate it.
wow.
So far, I like how it's coming out. Seriously, Bart? Yeah, that's awesome.
I'd like to see that.
That's fucking sweet. Thank you, Lisa. Yeah, Kevin, check it out. I got a lot of cleanup to do. The copper separated, or yeah, not the copper. The plaster separated from the inside of the can. It shrank, and copper seeped through the cracks in the plaster. So I do have some cleaning up to do, and the mushroom was really fucking close to the wall. So I'm hoping it's not touching, but it looks like there's a gap in here. I can't see it anymore, but yeah, there's a little gap there that I still got to clean out. Yeah. Fucking sweet.
Super
All right.
sweet.
Well, this has been going on for 3.5 hours, and I really don't mean to just cut it short this quick, but I'm fucking tired after 3 hours of waiting for my furnace to bring the copper up to temperature. I'm
Understandable.
stumbling over my own words at the moment, but and this will be the base that it sits on.
I think your dude will be very happy with that.
I hope so. I think so. You know, most people don't think of doing things like this with nature. So it's pretty unique. It's not my idea. I can't take credit for it, but it's a great idea. And the bottom came out looking beautiful. I again got a little bit of plaster to clean out. Yeah. Yeah, I got a lot of cleanup.
Now you have to you have to reveal the true shape of it.
Oh, absolutely. Yep. I'll definitely be making another video before the end of Wednesday. Oh, Stuart, I appreciate it, man. Thanks. Yeah, I was gonna be really disappointed if I had to end it because the fucking furnace wouldn't heat up. I was getting a little disappointed, but it finally did it. Pedro, thanks for sticking around, brother. Yeah. And before I leave for MycoFest, I'm definitely grabbing another bag of plaster to take with me.
Well, and keep your eyes out at the vendor booths for any possible shapes for molds.
Oh, always. Oh yeah, I'm always looking out for different
Be
stuff.
well,
to send
Pedro.
in. All right, yeah, I think that's gonna be about it for me too. So I really appreciate everybody coming over and hanging out with me. I can't believe
Thanks.
some of you stuck around with me for this long. Raz, I appreciate you, brother.
Thanks for having us.
And Kiddo Mine, yeah. All right, well, everybody, enjoy the rest of your evening. And as always, much love.
Be well, everyone.
Even I appreciate you, brother. Angry, everybody. All right, have a good night, everyone. I'll talk to y'all soon. Much love.
Take care.